Hey, what's going on everybody? On today's video, we're going to talk about the good and the bad about working in the nightlife security industry, starting right now. Hi, my name is Perry. I'm a nightlife security professional, as well as a director of security at a large Phoenix nightclub. If you're new to this channel, here at BouncerTips, we discuss tips, tricks, and we talk about tech to help improve the nightlife security industry, as well as keep you and your guests safe. If those are the type of topics that interest you, please consider hitting that subscribe button. Here at BouncerTips, I like to get to know the people that subscribe to my channel. So if you would, please, when you hit that subscribe button, just in the comment section, leave me a note saying that you did subscribe and what your interest is in the nightlife security industry. That way I can take a few moments and welcome you personally to the channel. Now that we got that little bit of business underway, let's talk about some of the positives to working in the nightlife security industry. Let's go. One of the coolest things I believe about the nightlife security industry is all the relationships that you build with your teammates. In all my years of working in the nightlife security industry, I've built up a lot of lifelong bonds with the people I've worked with in the past. And with those strong relationships that I've built, I've been asked to stand up in friends' weddings, their children consider me their uncle, and even after years of being apart from each other, our bond is still strong enough so when we see each other, we pick up our friendship right where we left off. You see, after you fought, bled, and protected each other, you become a brotherhood, and that brotherhood has a bond that lasts forever. A lot of people that don't work in the industry don't understand the bond that the brotherhood of bouncers has throughout the world, and I think that's pretty cool. The next awesome thing about being a bouncer is the connections that you make. I often require my new bouncers to go out to the floor even before they work a security shift and get to know the guests in the club. I feel this is important for two reasons. One, you never know when you're going to need some backup, and there's always a guest there to help you out in case of emergency. And number two, there's a lot of guests out there in the nightclub that you can get to know that have a lot of skills that might help advance your career in the future. I believe these connections are of the utmost importance. It can help you build friendships, as well as help you with things in your life you may need along the way. For example, my accountant, my realtor, and even my butcher are former customers in the club. And yes, even my hairstylist. So it's important that you get to know contacts so you can better your life, as well as get opportunities in the future. So get out there and meet your guests, because you never know who you might need in the near future. The third greatest thing about working in the nightlife security industry is the opportunities that can present themselves if you work hard enough. Several times in my career, I've been given business cards from business owners that wanted to talk to me about becoming a manager in their particular business. Now, those are opportunities that don't present themselves always, but I wouldn't have had those opportunities had I not communicated with my guests. This industry has afforded me several other opportunities. I've actually been asked several times by entertainers to be their personal security for evenings or for big parties, things along those lines. And I've actually done some private security work for some big name artists. But perhaps the best example that I can give, and I'm going to go into a little short story here. A few years ago, I was working in a night and day club where we had a pool, and every weekend we would do a pool party. Typically that would be in the early afternoon, where a large DJ would come in and the club would have several thousand people, and I was tasked with making sure I was the security for the artist all through the day. So as the entertainer arrived on staff, I would be their personal security throughout the day, even being on stage with them and protected them while they gave their performance. This particular day, a well-known DJ duo came into the club, and I again was assigned to be their security throughout the day. After they concluded their show, they wanted to go out on the town, and they asked me to be their personal security and take them through the different venues in downtown Scottsdale. It was a nice experience taking them through the clubs, and we got to know each other quite well. Well, long story short, 3 weeks later, I get a phone call from Amsterdam. I was like, I don't know anybody in Amsterdam. As it turns out, it was the manager of the DJ duo calling me and asking if I'd be interested in an opportunity. Now, the opportunity was for me to become their tour manager for all of the Americas. Needless to say, I was pretty excited about the opportunity and would have jumped at the chance, and I actually did interview for the position. Now, they made some other decisions, and actually the duo split up, but the opportunity presented itself, and I tried to take advantage of it. So the moral of the story is, if you do professional work, do your job effectively, and give great customer service, great things can happen to you. So make sure you follow through and do all the things necessary to get those opportunities coming your way. As you can tell, I'm pretty amped about the nightlife security industry, and I put a lot of passion that I have into my job. Obviously, there's a lot more positives to this industry. I haven't even talked about some of the great live performances I've seen. I haven't talked about the tip money that I make, and I haven't even talked about the women. But that's a story for another day. As I can already tell, this video is going to go awfully long. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to actually make this into a two-part video. So in my next video, I'm going to cover some of the negatives in this industry, and there are some negatives. So check out this video right here. Don't forget to hit that subscribe button. Also, if you would, make sure you follow me on Twitter and Instagram, and you've just been taken beyond the ropes. See you in part 2.